Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome to another edition of Muslim Convert Stories. Today in this video, we will be bringing you the fascinating story of a new Muslim named Omar, popularly known as Cactus Boy on TikTok.
قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
So for anyone to accept the message of Islam that you're trying to preach to them, the guidance of Allah is very important. It is the only constant that assures that you're not working in vain. This does not apply to pretension converts alone, but to new converts and even people who are already Muslims. That is why we were urged as Muslims to love our brothers and pray for them. There are too many distractions and distractors, bullies and manipulators that abound around us and could easily sway a weak mind. So Omar, formerly known as Paul, converted to Islam sometime in 2020. The details of that are still a bit sketchy, but the only constant from the sources I have gathered is that he was an emotional mess prior to converting to Islam. He had a barrage of personal issues relating to family, people, and finances, and he was on the look for a community where he could feel a sense of belonging, and one that would be a helping hand in providing solutions to his problems. Then, he found the Muslim community on TikTok, and not only did they come through for him in solving his issues, they also welcomed him with open arms to join them. The message of Islam was preached to him, and then he accepted Islam and became an active member of the community. Not only became a member, he became popular on TikTok with thousands of members following his account and watching his videos. After a few months as a Muslim and towards the end of 2020, Omar felt he didn't know much about Islam and he only converted due to emotional reasons. Because of that, he had a lot of questions that he didn't have the answers to. It left room for doubts about the teachings and rules of Islam. According to him, he was getting familiar with Islam to know more, but there were many things he didn't agree to. While doing this, there was still a bit of agnosticism left in him, and it just couldn't go, so he took a break.
Until eventually, 2 months in, I had a major doubt. This led to the biggest drama storm on the app because it got me to leave. Now, I'm not going to bring up past sins. You guys know what happened. I repented. The end. But it was Slander City.
He didn't just leave Islam. He also considered Christianity for about 3 days, but it dropped when it didn't make much sense to him. From there, he dropped everything religious and started making comedy videos for his followers. When Omar left Islam, many of his brothers and sisters who had stood by him and took him as one of their own felt betrayed by his actions. The reaction varied. While some took it in their stride and moved on, others felt the pain much more deeper and made it known to him. This does not take anything away from the belief that guidance comes from Allah alone, but because enemies of Islam took it as an opportunity to launch attacks at the Muslim community on TikTok. What can be said about them? They are drowning opportunists who could cling on to every straw to make even the most silly points. The vocal of these groups are Muslim dissidents who see Omar as one of their own. Rather than welcome him to their fold, they took the opportunity to attack Islam and personalities they perceive as their enemies. One of such vocal persons is a former Muslimah known as Infidel Noodle on Twitter. She has taken it as her life's job to attack Islam and Muslims at every opportunity, even though she was once a Muslimah herself. Another one is Abdullah Samir, known as Friendly Ex-Muslim, who made a whole video and even transcribed it as a blog post on his blog. He went on and on to say ugly things and lies about Islam and Muslims. May Allah's guidance locate them once again as it has located Omar. To the Muslim Ummah who had welcomed Omar, this was like welcoming a stranger to your house. Make him a member of your family only for the stranger to be the one to open doors to attackers who had been lurking to launch an attack on your house. May Allah guide us all. After a couple of months as a non-Muslim, trying other religions and making comedy videos, Omar suddenly felt the urge to retrace his step back to Islam one night. According to him, it was 3 in the morning.
I'm back on social media. I took my time off, my 5 months, and wallahi, I cannot explain how much better it feels, how much better I understand things, and how much more patience I have with things. Alhamdulillah, Allah chose me, and now I know why.
This we all know was the divine guidance of Allah, and it came when He least expected it. The people who had taken his leaving Islam as an opportunity for attacks upon attacks were left hanging, making their already hard job of attacking Islam even harder. The cheap point they scored from his story was taken from them like a dinner taken away from a child. They must have felt foolish. Of course, you'd expect them to temporarily shift their attacks to him, but he also took the opportunity of this away from them by deleting all his social media accounts for 5 months to discover himself, learn more about Islam, and focus more on his life. Now he's back on social media as a better man and a better Muslim. According to his actual words, I cannot explain how much better it feels, how much better I understand things, and how much patience I have. Alhamdulillah. Allah chose me, and now I know why.